Okay, so earlier on we used this simulator to make a lithium atom, which has got a mass number of 7 and atomic number 3. These numbers can be switched around. Some periodic tables have it one way, some periodic tables have it another way. And we also just made a fluorine atom, which has got a mass number of 19 and an atomic number of 10, I believe. So I can actually just quickly work that out. It would be atomic number of 9, actually. I'll just amend that. Okay. Yeah, so that would mean that my fluorine atom, well, let's start off with lithium. So lithium would have 3 protons because the atomic number means 3 protons. Well, it tells the number of protons. So 1, 2, 3. So now it says lithium, so I know I know that I've got the right atom. But the mass number is 3. I need a mass number of 7. I can't change the number of protons because that changes the name. So the rest of them must be neutrons. So that takes me up to 7, so 4 neutrons. But the charge is +3 at the moment, so I need to neutralize that charge like that, and that gives me a neutral atom. Yeah, so for a neutral atom, the charge has to be 0. That's right. So because the protons and the electrons have to balance out. The electrons make no effect to the mass, and they make no effect to the name, because the atomic number, which gives its name basically, is down to the number of protons. So when I add and take away electrons, it doesn't do anything to the mass or to the name, but it does change the charge because electrons are negative. So when I take away a negative electron, you have an overall charge of +1. So in fact, and if you have a look over here, this is an ion now. So this is a lithium ion. So it's got an Li. You could write that as Li, Li plus, right? So this we've now made Li plus. You could write the atomic number and the charge mass number again, but that's fine to demonstrate that it's a ion. So now we're going to make a fluorine atom, atomic number of 9. So we want to have 9 protons. 1, that's hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. Notice how it's going through the periodic table onto carbon with an atomic number of 6. Nitrogen has an atomic number of 8. Oxygen has an atomic number of nitrogen has an atomic number of 7. Oxygen has an atomic number of 8. And so the next one should hopefully be fluorine. Yeah, fluorine. But the mass number is 9. We need a mass number of 19, so we have to add 10 neutrons. We can't add the protons. It would change the mass number, but it also changes the name. So we can't change the number of protons. We must add neutrons. Electrons do not change the mass, so it's got to be neutrons. So add 3 takes it up to 12. I have to keep on adding them. In total, you can see that eventually I'm going to have to add 10 neutrons, because that would be 10 neutrons plus 9 protons would make a mass number of 19. So I've got the right number of protons and neutrons, but we've got this really, really heavy charge. So we're going to start adding electrons to cancel out the protons. And in order to completely cancel them out, we need to have the same number of electrons as protons. So there we go. All the electrons are cancelled out with the protons. Now, if I were to add one more and fill up the shell, then it's a negative ion. So what I've done there is I've made a fluorine ion. So we can call that F minus. Now, the reason why I made a negative fluorine ion and a positive lithium ion is because it was easier to do that. Fluorine would much rather basically both atoms are trying to fill their shell, and I could remove all the outside, and then it would just have a full shell there. But it's much easier just to give it one electron and then fill the shell that way. So fluorine tends to form a -1 ion. Now if we make our lithium atom again, so there's the lithium atom made. Again, neutral charge. The easiest way to make lithium a full outer shell is just to remove the one electron. So that forms a positive charge. So with fluorine, I gave it one electron to fill the outside shell, and with lithium, I took away one electron to make it a full outer shell. So lithium will lose an electron, and fluorine will gain an electron. So when it loses an electron, it forms positive charge. And when fluorine gained an electron, it formed a -1 charge. Now, this is the case for all metals. All metals will like to lose electrons, so all metals form a negative charge. Sorry, all metals form a positive charge. And non-metals will generally speaking, prefer to gain electrons. There are some exceptions. Hydrogen is the main exception if we're talking about elements, non-metal elements. So hydrogen actually tends to form a +1 charge. But generally speaking, metals will form a positive charge and non-metals will form a negative charge. And we define an ion as when the protons and the electrons do not match, or when it has an overall net charge, then we know it's an ion. As you can see here, it's a positive ion. Okay.